presented by Patron, with Dirk Nowitzki, Blake Griffin, Steve Nash, and Udonis Haslem. Here's your host, Taylor Rooks.
Donovan Mitchell has led his team to the conference finals for the first time. The Cavs are in the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2018, and Donovan Mitchell will join us shortly. Welcome on into the lounge at Stage 11. I'm Taylor Rooks with BG, Dirk, Steve, and UD. Cleveland has done it. Did we think we'd be sitting here right now after a complete domination by the Cavaliers? Is this what we saw, UD?
I had no clue what I was going to see from the Cleveland Cavaliers. I knew they were the better team on paper, but when it came down to the grit, the physicality, all the game in between the game, I didn't know if they were going to be able to pull it out. But I have to give credit. To them. I have to give credit to the coaching staff. They were intent. When I talked about intent, they were very intentional, getting in the paint. They got defensively, they shut down the paint for Detroit. Offensively, they got in the paint for themselves. The ball moved. They did what they were supposed to do. This is how you come in, and this is how you take advantage, and this is how you win a Game 7 on the road and shut everybody up, including me. I have nothing to say.
31-point win, the largest in a Game 7 in Cavs franchise history. I mean, what did you see about how they came out hot and they stayed hot?
To be honest, they didn't really start the game that way. They looked like they were a little bit timid. They were trying to figure it out, and then somewhere around the 3-4 minute mark, or 3 minutes into the game, 4 minutes into the game, they finally got some offensive rebounds. The activity, the movement. I loved what I saw from the bigs because they were just constantly moving, you know, and at times we've seen that Cavs offense get a little bit stagnant, but they are at their best when there's not just ball movement. Like, everybody thinks about offense and making the defense go from side to side as ball movement. It's player movement as well. They were all over the court. The guards did such a good job of breaking down Detroit's perimeter defense, getting into the lane, making passes, kicking out, making threes. They were just doing it all, and it was just movement. It was activity. And, you know, when this Cleveland team does that, they're a much, much different team.
Yeah, I mean, I think Detroit's identity is physicality, right? And I wanted to see, you know, this Cavs team match that physicality by being strong and decisive with the ball to not turn it over. They only had 11 turnovers tonight, which I think was the best night of their series. And then rebounding. They kept them to 10 offensive rebounds, so they were able to control some of the possession metrics. And I just think that that message permeated throughout their team, where they were like, we're going to be tougher tonight. We're going to play tougher. We didn't see that in Game 6. That's why we were up here like, what are we going to expect from this team tonight? Yeah. Tonight they came to play. They brought it. I think tactically, I think they brought it with their mentality and their mojo, and I think that's why they had a runaway win.
Yeah, I thought the Cavs had a great game plan, get in the paint early and often, get the bigs involved, get some dunks. I go the other way, though. We did not see Detroit basketball tonight. They did not be aggressive. They didn't hack. They didn't turn the Cavs over like they were all series long. That means they didn't get in transition. They didn't get any fast break points. They didn't get any points in the paint. So everything was they had to take the ball out, walk it up. And as we know, all season long, their half-court offense at times is tough, where they have to walk it up. It's a lot of Cade, a lot of isoing, and he didn't really have the touch tonight. A lot of step backs, didn't really get in the paint. Nobody else really created room for himself and make threes. So it was a tough night for them, but it started with the Cavs getting in the lane, making the Detroit take the ball out all the time and walk the ball up, and that's what you saw tonight. They were struggling to score.
We're going to hear from Donovan Mitchell shortly, but I think first we really got to give it up to Sam Merrill.
Merrill.
Big game for Sam Merrill. 23 points off the bench, making 5 of the Cavs' 10 threes. I mean, showed up huge.
I mean, this is huge. And when you talk about a guy like Sam Merrill making shots, that's all predicated off the ball movement. They're not running no plays for Sam Merrill. They're not putting it in his hands, telling him to go to work. When Sam Merrill gets, how many threes? 10 threes? Well, 8 threes and 10 shots. That means the ball is moving. It is flying around. And that is a byproduct of just the great ball movement and getting in the paint. Getting in the paint. Detroit was so good with getting those interior passes and getting those hands on the interior passes. And I think, like you said, Dirk, that was not the Detroit defense that we're used to accustomed seeing. You were giving up paint points and giving up threes. So you gave them everything tonight.
So what do you all feel was the effect of Max Strus starting and how maybe that energized Sam and Dean Wade?
It's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to tell what, like, maybe he pushed a button to get Sam Merrill and Dean Wade to play well off the bench. But, the reality is I think they saw Strus was such a competitor throughout the series. He spaces the floor. He fights defensively. If I can get him more minutes, maybe we have a better chance to win a Game 7 on a one-off. So you start him to give him more opportunity to get those minutes. But really, I'm not sure that was a meaningful pattern. I think, those two guys played great off the bench, and Strus was his normal self tonight, although he didn't shoot the ball great.
Yeah, there was multiple games this series where it looked like Max Strus was the only guy really playing with any fire. And that could have
won them some games.
Yeah, that could have really just been it. And, UD and I were talking about it before the game, but, for a coach to make that move, hopefully he went to Dean Wade and said, hey, this isn't because you're not getting it done for us. I just got to find a spark. We got to do something in Game 7. And credit to Dean Wade for coming out and being, contributing. He rebounded well, made his first 2 shots. It's not always easy to do, especially in the playoffs, like Game 14 of the playoffs, where you're like, oh, I just got pulled from the starting lineup. I know that happened in the first round, but just keeping your head on straight and coming in and producing and giving hustle. But to me, Merrill, we see the shots, right? That was fantastic, but he took a charge. He was flying after loose balls, getting on the floor. He was doing those extra things.
He took a charge, all right.
Yeah, that should have been like 2 charges, to be honest. The kid almost went through the floor.
Just got ran over.
But that's what Cleveland's going to need, and that's what they're going to need, when they go play the Knicks. They're going to have to just fight and scrap. They can't have these games where they just come out and look like they don't care that much.
Yeah. Now, Donovan Mitchell scored or assisted on 43 points for the Cavs tonight. They needed him to show up. He absolutely did. What did you see from their star, Dirk?
Yeah, he was incredible attacking early and often, and that's why I thought I was confused with Detroit's defense, because it felt like he got in the lane whatever he wanted. Here he got a matchup. They always hunt for the Duncan Robinson matchup, obviously, but he attacked here. He goes by Reed for a layup. Felt like Detroit's pick and roll coverage was not as tight as it always is, kind of keeping the ball in front, trapping in active hands in the pocket, get some steals, the pre-rotation, taking the pocket pass away. It was just too open for me, and give Spider credit. He was incredible all night long, and like Jared Allen said, he got in the paint. He got the bigs involved early. They had more dunks than I've seen Detroit defense give up. So constantly pressure on the paint, get in there, and then he got some shots to go too. So he was incredible, setting the tone and really getting in there and making stuff happen.
All right, let's check in with Detroit and JB Bickerstaff at the podium.
It's how disappointing was tonight's effort?
It's not the effort, right? I'm not and these guys in the least bit. Obviously not the way we would have liked it to gone, but I'll never be disappointed in their effort. They gave us what they had. The Cavs just outplayed us tonight, and you give them credit for it.
Coach, I'm along those same lines. What is your biggest takeaway about this team with everything that you guys accomplished this season?
This team is awesome, and they're a special group of guys. I couldn't be more appreciative of how they allow us to coach them, work with them every single day, the spirit they carry, their willingness to grow, their willingness to sacrifice. And it's a special group. And, again, I can't be more thankful than to be a part of this and to be able to work with these guys.
JB, defense has been the name of the game for you guys this season. What did you feel like was missing, and particularly, defending the post against Allen?
It was more like, he got the ball in his spots off the glass and things like that. But we knew, they had X-Factor guys that had the ability to contribute, not just, not that he's an X-Factor, he's an all-star, but like, Sam Merrill early in the game, Jared Allen, on the boards and playing. So we knew it was going to be a tough series and a tough test for us. But just like we did last year, we'll learn from it. We'll put it in our pocket. We'll get better from it. And next year we'll grow and be a better team.
JB, in the third quarter, the cameras had you there talking to your team, and you said, we've got to find our competitive spirit. You told your team that. Why wasn't that there tonight? Why do where do you think that?
Well, I think we had gotten down. And when we got down, we started trying to figure out other ways to win the game instead of, who we've been. And I just wanted to make the point to the guys, that we do it the way that Pistons do it. And we had to find that in order to give ourselves a chance.
JB Bickerstaff expressing some appreciation for his team, how much he enjoyed this season here. But for this game, you all said it, Pistons did not play to their identity, had just 34 points in the paint tonight. That's their fewest in any game this season, regular season or playoffs. So how do you think they will look back on this loss and then the season as a whole?
I think they all need to get better. I think, obviously, when you look at the game tonight, I think it was a byproduct of just Cade being fatigued. I think they did a great job of wearing on Cade over these 7 games. I think down the stretch, or in this game particularly, I don't think he was able to get to his spots as easy he was able to get to him. The pull-up shots that he was making wasn't falling for him tonight. He wasn't able to get other guys involved. So, obviously, Cade is going to be Cade. He's going to be great. You actually go out there, you look for some more space and guys that can knock down shots. And for Jalen Duren, I tell people this all the time. He's 22 years old. He is 22 years old, and you do not reach your peak as an NBA player until you're 27 to 30. And I go back to when we lost to Dirk and those guys in 2011 when Braun was 26. Immediately, for our spacing and for what we needed to be the best version of ourselves, he had to go in the block because Chris Bosh was a three-point shooter. He went straight to the lab and got in and worked with Akeem. So it's no, for Jalen Duren, there's no point to be ashamed. There's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, yes, this was a tough series. This was a tough playoff run for you. Now you understand what you need to work on. So if you don't work on those things and you have the same kind of output next year, then we can get on you. But right now, you're still 22 years old and you have just the unlimited amount of talent. So go to work, man. And front office, go to work. I'm sure they're going to go to work and address some of the needs.
Yeah, and Jalen Duren also had an incredible regular season, and sometimes people do forget about that when it comes to the postseason, BG.
Yeah, I think, UD's right. I think just in general, the Pistons looked like they had ran out of gas, and I know both teams had gone to multiple Game 7s, so that's not really an excuse, but Tobias looked like he didn't have the same legs, the same pop, the same lift, and he was brilliant earlier in the playoffs. But, it's a young Detroit team. They made the playoffs last year, 2 years removed, I think, from 28 straight losses. Like they are in the right position. They just have to keep going. So I think their roster needs a little bit of retooling. You were relying a lot on Danish Jenkins, who had a great year and is an unbelievable player. Marcus Sasser, Paul Reed. I mean, those are guys that weren't necessarily a huge part of their minutes. So nothing to hang your head about, but it's you know what you have to do. You know you got to work on this summer. You can make some moves and come back. And now the goal is conference finals. They did first round last year, second round this year. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but they are in a great spot.
And something that we were speaking about all season was just when you look at Detroit, where are you getting your scoring and that offense and that playmaking outside of Cade? And that was one of the things that was their Achilles heel in the playoffs.
Absolutely. And Dirk touched on it. When you're getting scored on every time and you have to come up and manufacture in the half court. I thought Cleveland was great defensively, but really where they were great is they just took away all those turnover baskets or opportunities to get in the paint, fast break points. And I think it just made it really hard. And then to UD's point, Cleveland wore Cade down. This was designed from the start of the series. They switched as long as they possibly could to make him manufacture, not doubling him till late in the games. I think at the end of the series, he was tired. Tobias was tired. They're relying on guys who haven't even played in the series to give him a lift. And so, great year for Detroit, but they're just not quite built for this yet. And I think it showed going to 7 games twice and the fatigue and the toll it took. They need a little more help, and then they also got to improve from within.
I remember Cade also comes off a collapsed lung a few weeks ago, and the stuff that he has to do for them every night. He creates, pick and roll, switch, create for himself, create for others. It's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot on him, and unfortunately he didn't have his great stuff tonight. But overall, I think Detroit's going to look at this season as success. They're the #1 seed in the East with the young team. They've grown from year to year, as BG and all you guys said. So overall, I thought they can look back here and say this was a great season for us, and we just need to take a next step now. We sniffed a little bit deeper. Now we got to address some of the stuff that we need to address and maybe get some more playmaking, get some more shooting, and then they're right there with everybody in the East.
Absolutely. Well, it's time now for Premium Player, presented by Patron. We welcome in.
What have you been doing? You stretch? Shower? What's going on?
hugging the fiance.
Okay.
Great
Make us feel bad. Make us feel bad. It's more of an embrace.
Donovan Mitchell, congratulations. I mean, the Cavs have reached the first conference final since 2018. It was a hard-fought playoff so far. What did this series bring out of you guys?
So many lessons. You know, obviously, the way we handled being down 2-0, great response, right? And then, you know, we win 3 in a row. And then I don't want to say we got lackadaisical, but I think we kind of let our foot off the gas in Game 6. We kind of expected the game to be handed to us, and that's a learning lesson, right? And for a team that's been together for 2.5, 3 months, we're going to go through those ups and downs. And the biggest thing is we didn't let it mess with us mentally. We knew what it was, and we got to be better in that regard, and we responded tonight. But I told the guys, this is fantastic. I'm excited, believe me, but, you know, got to be even more disciplined coming up on I don't know what day it is, so in 2 days.
Obviously, you all have bigger goals, but I have to say, it's got to feel good for you to just get this conference finals monkey off your back. As I can tell by the smile on your face. We've had a lot of conversations about this. I interviewed you last summer, and you said that you weren't consumed about not making it because you knew that you will. You said that you know who you are. What do you think you have shown everybody about who you are now in this moment?
Honestly, I don't think anything's changed. I think I've been the same guy. I think as a leader, I've definitely grown, but, you know, it's just about circumstance. And everybody on that couch, you guys know, sometimes it's just not your time. Like, you know, I mean, you could do everything you want to do, and sometimes whether, you know, I've been close and then I had ankle injuries. I've been close and we failed, right? You know what I mean? There's so many things. Sometimes you just got to continue to fight. And I said it after we lost against Indiana, like, what are we going to do, quit? Like, no, even if we had lost tonight, we're going to come back again next year. Like, you know what I mean? So the biggest thing was just continue to understand to keep trusting the process and trust the work, right? And I work hard. We work hard as a group. And understand at some point you're going to push through. But definitely a mental test. 2 Game 7s back-to-back definitely is a mental test. But, you know, that's why you put the work in. Understand that, you know, we got here, but we didn't just get here to be here. We're not going to be in New York just happy, you know what I mean, that we got here. At the end of the day, they've been off for like 3 weeks, it feels like. So for us, we got to understand they're going to be rested. We got to come in and continue the momentum and go from there.
Don, congrats on an exceptional Game 7. It felt like you guys got in the paint all night long. Was there something you guys spoke about? Did you prioritize getting in the paint? Was it something tactical that you tried to play earlier in the clock? What was it that got you guys inside so much tonight?
I think the thing we saw was the bigs were so lifted, right? Like every time I got to my floater, pretty much games 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, excuse me. And then now they're just stepping up, you know. Now the drop-offs are there. Now you're getting into the paint, trying to find ways to create, and now the play is sometimes behind you, playing off 2 feet, you know, passing back and then executing swings. Like those were the things. But you know, unfortunately, it took 7 games for us to figure that out. But you know, it's one of those things where we saw it, and it starts with me just being the aggressor, not just scoring, right? Just kind of getting there and creating an advantage, and then also, honestly, defensively, our force, our energy, we limit them to 1 shot. Like that was huge in Game 6. We gave them, I think to start the game, we gave them like 4 chances. You know what I mean? And that kind of sets the tone, right? So for us, just making it tough on defense, and then when we can get out.
Donovan, this was a narrative-changing performance, not just for yourself and for the team, but your bigs in particular stepped up, and not just this game, this series, this playoffs. They've been super, super impactful, playing physical, playing different ways. Talk about the impact that they've had on you guys as a team.
I think the biggest thing, and I've said this all year, is just the mental, right? Like understanding that, you know, the narratives are a thing. Everybody's going to have something to say. Everybody's going to have something to say after this too, right? Like understand that that's going to be a thing, but, you know, what are you going to do mentally to push through? You know, whether you're tired, whether guys are, you know, beating you up, like doing whatever, right? How are you going to respond? And the biggest thing is Jared Allen and Evan Mobley have raised their ceiling to the highest degree all year. But, you know, obviously in a game like this to show it on a national stage, I'm really proud of them, really happy for them. Because they continue to work, and we know how good both of those guys are, but sometimes the world doesn't get to see that. So I'm glad on a stage like this they get to show it, but we got another test coming up with 2 talented bigs coming up against New York, but they've been phenomenal, and they've been great.
Hey, Donovan, congratulations for advancing to the Eastern Conference Finals, and also congratulations to y'all for shutting me up.
What'd you say?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Y'all answered all my questions.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen the YouTube. I saw you said something. I saw you say something, but I don't know what you said. I kind of skipped by it quick. I didn't want to see it.
Y'all answer all my questions tonight. I have nothing else to say. 3-0 in Game 7s for you since you've been with the Cleveland Cavaliers. How can you guys create that mindset, that sense of urgency, and that desperation from Game 1 all the way through?
And that's what I told the guys in the locker room. We shouldn't have to wait to get hit, right, and get punched in the mouth or be facing a go-home situation. And I think that's just the mindset. And it starts with me, UD, to be honest. And like I said, I'm known as a scorer, right, but just getting in the paint, being aggressive, just with force. You know, understanding that it's just going to come, right? You just got to continue to go out there and put the best foot forward, put your energy forward, and everything else will take care of itself. But when you focus on the little details, boxing out, defending, you know, getting hits on the bigs, on the box out, everything else will take care of itself. But, you know, it starts with me, starts with James, starts with Evan, and everybody else will follow.
Congrats, Donovan. Great win. We got to look forward now to the Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks are rolling. What are you seeing next round?
They got a lot of talent. I think they're peaking at the right time. Yeah, I think a lot of guys are playing well over there. Obviously, you have Jalen Brunson, the head of the Snake, Karl Anthony Towns, but Mikal and OG are equally as dangerous. That's what we're starting to see. Josh Hart's a dog. We know them very well and understand that, hey, it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be, might have another Game 7. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it's going to be a dogfight on the boards, on defense, communication, and we got a lot of respect for them. But, you know, at the end of the day, we got to go out there and compete and do what we do and not be satisfied. And we're not. We'll be ready to go in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
Incredible win. Like I said, I know a lot left to do, but soak in this moment. You did it. Headed to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Good luck, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Knicks fans already out. Our favorite Knicks fan,
Okay, Ben.
Ben Stiller, tapped in already saying Knicks in 5. But that's what you would expect from our favorite Knicks fan.
Walker in 5.
Some would say.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Very close. Right on the line.
I play on the edge. Just.
What are you all expecting from a Knicks-Cavs matchup?
I'm just looking at matchups. You know, with Karl Anthony Towns being a little bit more of a hub, being a little bit more involved in the offense, can Cleveland's guards switch and stay in front, not allow so many back cuts? And then the bigs, again, you know, we always talk about that, but Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, their matchup against Cat, against Mitchell Robinson, you know, just seeing what they can do. I mean, the Knicks have plenty of guys to guard James and Donovan Mitchell, but who guards the guys, or who guards Brunson for the Knicks? Or for the excuse me, I'm all messed up, guys. I'm excited about these playoffs.
I thought you were choked up because this is our last show.
I was. I mean, hearing Dirk sing, it's high. I don't know.
It's emotional.
It's the last show. Just go next. Who else is talking?
UD, what you looking at?
Same thing as Blake. I'm looking at the matchups, but I think in this particular matchup, I think Cleveland got somewhat of a tune-up in this first round with Detroit, because you're facing a team that is ball dominant with their point guard. You're also facing a team that is physical, gets in the paint, gets offensive rebounds, like to beat you up in the paint and use their physicality. So I think they've gotten a little bit of a jump start on this finals. And on the other end, I think for New York, when you look at New York right now, I think they understand the assignment. I think the New York Knicks understand that it's finals or bust for them. I think they understand that their backs are against the wall, even though it's just a start right now. I think they understand the assignment. If they don't get to the finals, I think they understand that it's a failure in that locker room. That's how they feel about it. So I think it's going to be a good matchup from the jump. It's going to be physical. It's going to be great basketball.
All right, the 3 and 4 seeds in the East meeting in the conference finals for the second consecutive season. And in the West, it's the reigning champs, the Thunder, against the Spurs on Friday. Wemby joined us on NBA Nightcap, and earlier tonight, SGA joined us on our pregame show. And they both looked ahead to the huge showdown in the Western Conference Finals.
And tomorrow or in a couple of days, we're going to start worrying about the Thunder. And we know it's going to be a whole different series and totally other challenges. This is a team that knows how to play basketball. They, they know their stuff, and we're gonna see. We're gonna rewatch all their games and do the scouting and try to execute over there on game 1.
Obviously, a really good team. They've been right behind us, I feel like, all year. So we obviously don't take them in the slightest. They're a really good team. To make it this far, you have to be really good. And for us, it's about us just playing our brand of basketball, doing it at the highest level. And for as long as we can do that, we'll live with the results, and that's what it's about for us.
I know Dirk is hyped for this one. You ready?
Hyped. I think this is obviously the matchup we've all been waiting for all year long. This has been brewing for months, and we can't wait to see it. You know, does the Spurs dominance here in the regular season against OKC, does it mean anything? Or is it just regular season? Is the postseason going to be different now? We saw J-Dub is available and ready. He had a few weeks off now. Can he find the rhythm? I think OKC needs everybody firing, obviously at the highest level. I can't wait for the Chet Wemby mix-up. I'm sure there's going to be some shoving and some hype going on there. So how...
Some shoving.
How the Spurs going to guard Shea? Are they going to mix it up on him? You know, Wemby's going to roam and leave whoever's in the corner to come to block everything. So there's just a lot of great stuff happening. Can't wait. Hopefully, I mean, we wish to watch 11 games, but it's a 7-game series, and hopefully it'll be a great one.
How'd you settle on 11?
I don't know. Just the more the merrier for me.
Regular season is regular season, but 22% of the Thunder's losses came to the Spurs this season. It's 4 of 18. So they definitely had their number in the regular season.
Is this the matchup that troubles OKC the most? I mean, it appears that way in the regular season. I'm really interested to see which star emerges who has the most influence. Is it Shea or is it Wemby? We know Wemby's going to have an incredible impact defensively. And then Shea, can he bail his team out in the half court? Can he make enough plays for his team to just play like an MVP and win this series? So obviously role players got to step up, and I'm really, really interested to see which star has the biggest influence on the series.
This will be the youngest conference finals in NBA history, just based on weighted minutes played in that postseason. Both teams average a little over 25 years old. So this is going to be a fun one. All right, we're going to take a break. But first, UD, the Cavs weren't the only ones who took your advice today.
Hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See what they did, ran by 30.
I'm going to miss you. We've all got
Everybody got it. Yes, sir.
Straight into a box out.
Good stuff. Now you just need some collard greens.
Oh, yeah, Eddie. Steady.
Eddie.
Why are we doing this to them?
Listen. Oh,
okay.
Especially all the way to the Midwest.
Milo on cloud 9.
Congrats, Milo. Our resident Cavs fan. Never lost faith, did you, Milo?
We'll be right back.
Special delivery on his way to New York. One take. There it is.
Still got it.
Still got
Just
it.
very sour.
I'm not afraid. Grandma Larry Johnson.
Zach Lowe!
Forgot about ball.
Everyone was good balls.
Yours is cool, though, Taylor.
Okay. Wayne Gretzky.
Oh, God.
Cut that at the right time.
Steve got me.
There's blurred Chet's
The bird
bosom.
chest out.
A lot of dancing.
Hey, come on, John.
Sorry, Taylor.
Let's see if you can make a half-court shot before the show ends.
Never doubted you, UD.
First try.
Happy I didn't have to do that again.
That's all I got for you.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. I know that I have told you all this already, but truly, best team I've ever been a part of.
Awesome.
We really embodied the one band, one sound. We came in together. We're leaving this one together, and I hope that we get to do this together for a very, very, very long time. It's been the honor of my career. I'm going to miss you all so much. How does it feel to officially be a media member?
Weird. But it was such a fun first season. So thanks to you, Taylor, for being our rock. You guys been amazing. All the crew learned so much from everybody. It's been a blast. So thank you guys, and tune in next year.
Yeah, you got it. Anything you want to add, Mr. Blake Griffin?
It
Seems
was a
like you're
blast.
mushing out.
Did I see some quivering on the lips?
He's sad.
It's getting a little sad, guys. This was awesome, man. I mean, the first year putting this group together, I completely agree. This is an awesome team. And thank you to everybody that watched. And hopefully you guys learned something, and hopefully we can keep improving and deliver you guys a show that you deserve.
Yeah, it's been very, very fun. Steve, man of many words.
Oh, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Great. Yeah. Good night. No, it's been amazing.
You got a flight to catch.
I do. Great learning experience for all of us. I think we had a lot of fun. We came together, and we owe a lot to the team. The team behind us here does an incredible job. We feel very well supported. It makes every night a lot of fun.
And I think that we deserve a final UD. Like, you give me a UDism.
What you got?
Somebody.
Give us some sort of goodbye. Give him a single and tell us about this season, UD.
Oh, man. I mean, it's been a great year. I really enjoy everything that we had the opportunity to do. I'm appreciative to everybody here, waking up every day looking for an opportunity to come to work and spend time with good people. And we're going to keep going. And there's no squares in this circle.
Oh, you know you got to leave us in one.
No squares in this circle, baby.
Let's go.
That was some snake oil.
All right, well, you all know we've heard Dirk singing quite a bit lately. Ooh. And actually, Sean Stockman from Boyz II Men took notice, left this comment here saying, "Well done, Dirk."
Yeah.
Must have had it on mute.
Hey, he knows good lyrics and good
lyrics.
You know what? He actually does, Dirk. So while we're on this topic, there's one more thing. Take a look.
Stop it.
Yo, Dirk, what's up, man? This is Sean Stockman, and hey, I'm in Boyz II Men. If you don't already know, we've met before. But I did hear your rendition of End of the Road, man. It was pretty good. Now, here's a tip on how to improve that pitch and get a little on key, all right? Now, normally you gotta breathe in deep, through the nose, and out the mouth as you sing. Control, and it helps with just being able to hit those notes as clean as you can, all right? So it goes a little something like this.
Come on.
He does it.
Put your phones up, everybody.
They all left.
Now your turn. Here we go.
Oh, he's passed it to you, Dirk.
Lip sync.
Come on, Dirk, take it away.
I already showed you what I got. You guys need to go ahead and do it.
PG, you're up.
Beautiful.
It's a natural.
Back again.
Great stuff.
That's
Thank you so
super
much to
cool.
Sean for sending that in, to Vic for getting that. We have had an incredible time bringing you our coverage of the NBA Prime this season, but we have to take a moment to acknowledge all of the talented, extremely hardworking people behind the scenes. Television is a team sport, so everybody come on out.
Yes.
Let's bring out the crowd.
Let's go.
Yeah, crew. Could not have done it without every single person that you see here, making us look good, sound good. The best in the business behind us, and it is not just the team out on stage. We have the entire crew in the production truck. Come on! Yeah! Let's go! Everybody at home! A huge thank you to all of you. Worked hard this season. Shout out to Keek. Shout out to everybody for the last time this season. That's it for us, you all. Do y'all want to take it away? Anyone want to do the sign-off?